So I've had an exciting time in my life because I've got a grandson. Finally, I've got a grandson. And his name is Atlas. What a great, is that a good name or what? Now, a lot of people thought, wait till you have a grandchild, you'll get like more real about what really matters in life, you know? No. When I've got Atlas, I've got a keener awareness. When I see how happy my daughter is and how right it is for her to have the love and the support to raise a beautiful child with her husband, I know there are countless people all over this planet who have the same love, the same grandchildren, the same dreams. They can have that. We can help that work on our planet. When we travel, we get to know the beauty of this planet. That's what I'm so thankful for. Can you have that hippie trail today? Can you plant those seeds to be friends with our world? Well, you cannot go from Istanbul to Kathmandu through Iran and Afghanistan like we did, but you can have a hippie trail any number of ways. Again, Muhammad wanted us to go to his faithful to go to Mecca, not to go to Mecca, but to get away from home and to gain an appreciation of the beautiful diversity on our planet. That's why we travel. We travel to not be afraid of people like the people you meet on the road. Oh, baby. That little girl, she's 55 years old today if she's still around. What's her life like? What's it been like? Imagine, it's the Taliban. They're trying to evolve. We can help make a world where that evolution can happen on its terms. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Let me just finish with one of my favorite exercises as a tour guide. This is a dervish, you know, the whirling dervish, kind of like cruise ship entertainment. I love finding something that's a little bit freaky and for my tourists to learn about it and better appreciate it. So I'm in Turkey with one of our tour groups. My group's at the hotel. I'm running around town looking for a dervish. I'll just paraphrase this. I want to find a dervish so my group can learn about him whirling. I find a dervish and I say, hi, I'm an American tour guide. I've got 20 tourists at the hotel. We'd love to watch you whirl. And he says, I'm not a photo op. I'm a monk. But if I can explain to you how I pray, you're welcome to watch. I say, great. When and where? Rooftop sundown. We'll be there. We gather on the roof. He comes out dressed up in his beautiful monk's outfit. He says, Merhaba, I'm a dervish. I think you Christians would call me a monk. My prophet, the guy I really focus on, is Mevlana. I think you call him Rumi. 5 times a day, I get dressed up in my robe and I whirl myself into a meditative trance, wanting to become a conduit of God's love. And I think about Mevlana's teaching. I plant one foot in my hometown, my family, my community, and the other foot goes around and celebrates the diversity in God's great creation, far and wide. One arm goes up to accept the love of our heavenly Creator, and the other hand, like the spout on a tea kettle, goes down and showers God's love on his creation. And I meditate on that. And how can I be a conduit of God's love? And we watch him as he whirls and he loses himself in that trance. His head tilts over, his robe billows out. And as the tour guide, I watch him, and then I look over at my tourists, and I think of how we are all gaining a broader perspective now. We're a little less afraid, a little more connected, a little better understanding, and when we go home and take that sensibility with us and then implement it as citizens of this great democracy of ours, we're making travel a political act. And we're turning all of those little hippie trail ideas into everyday life today as we live out our time right here. I hope that is interesting for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. Hey.